hands. Pray to the Divine Lord to bestow peace and joy. Hari Om Tat Sat. Om Stapakaya Dharmasya Sarvadharmasvarupine Stapakaya Dharmasya Sarvadharmasvarupine Avatara Varishtaya Ramakrishna Te Namah. Asato ma sadgamaya tamaso ma jyotirgamaya. Asato ma sadgamaya tamaso ma jyotirgamaya. Pratyormamritangamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Let us bow down to Sri Ramakrishna, the embodiment of all religions, the Supreme God Incarnate. Let us pray to Him to lead us from the unreal to the real, to lead us from the darkness of ignorance to the light of knowledge, to lead us from death to immortality. We have been studying the teachings of Sri Ramakrishna, which are well recorded in the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna. In the last class, we were discussing about the significance of propitiating the Divine Mother. Since we are in this world, for whatever reason, we are knowingly or unknowingly under the jurisdiction of the Divine Mother. The Divine Mother and the Divine Power are one and the same. The Divine Power is called the Divine Mother. Parabrahman is the source of everything, the substratum of everything. The creation comes into manifestation on account of the Divine Power emanating from the Parabrahman. Creation is always followed by the Divine Power, which we call MayaShakti, the primal energy. So, Sri Ramakrishna tells very clearly, if you have to liberate yourself from all confusion, if you want to get rid of the darkness of ignorance, if you want to achieve immortality, you must have to appreciate, you must have to accept the presence of the Divine Mother. Not simply accepting, you must try to propitiate her. It is then only you will be able to do something in your spiritual practices. Then only you will be able to go onward in your spiritual path. So, the whole game of this universe is going on on account of the divine power. And Sri Ramakrishna himself worshipped and propitiated the Divine Mother. Got full illumination, got enlightenment, achieved liberation while he was in his mortal frame, which is called by Shankaracharya as Jivan Mukti, getting the experience of freedom before casting off the body. And Sri Ramakrishna had that realization of the Supreme Brahman, the one without a second. But then he accepted the Divine Mother with great reverence, even after the realization of the one without a second. Parabrahma and Brahmamayi, both are to be accepted in order to achieve established freedom. We have seen in the life of Sri Ramakrishna how the great teacher Totapuri initiated Sri Ramakrishna into the non-dualistic practice to experience that the whole universe is being pervaded by that universal consciousness. And he did realize that truth in 3 days, for which Totapuri himself had to work hard for 40 years. Totapuri was immensely happy and joyful to see such a great disciple. Totapuri was under the impression that he had the knowledge of the Brahman and there is nothing more to be known. But Sri Ramakrishna had to make him realize the presence of the Adya Shakti, the primordial power. And even after the realization of the Brahman, one without a second, the next day he was clapping his hands and dancing in joy, shedding tears of ecstasy. Totapuri was amused. What is this saint doing? Even after the realization of the God, he is still being held up in this dualistic phenomenon. Why he is dancing and shedding tears, all such things? That means he has not acquired the full knowledge of the Brahman. The reverse was the case. It is not that Sri Ramakrishna did not realize the full aspect of Brahman, it is the Totapuri who did not have that experience. So Sri Ramakrishna took the responsibility of paying back the debt due to the Guru. He He played this part very well. So he offered Guru Dakshina in the way of teaching Totapuri the significance of the Divine Mother. He said, even though you talk of non-dualism, even though you talk of one without a second, as long as you are in this body, you must accept the play of the Divine Mother. You can't simply go in your own way. If you assert yourself in that fashion, that only shows you have got ego, which you must have to conquer, which is possible only when you accept the Divine Mother, only when you propitiate her. And Totapuri did come to realize that point, since he developed acute stomach pain which could not be overcome at all. Every day the pain was increasing like anything. He could not bear the pain anymore. At the same time, he can't meditate on the non-dual Brahman. I am not this body, I am not this mind. True. Go beyond body and mind, let me see. He could not go. Even though he had that experience, still it was not well established for the mere fact that he didn't accept the Divine Mother. So here comes the important play. He could not get out of the body even if he wanted to go out. He could not give up his body even though he wanted to put an end to his life. With that idea, I am not this body, why should I read about this anymore? Let me throw it away in the holy rivers, holy waters of the Ganga. He just jumped into the Ganga in order to finish off this body which is obstructing, which is causing severe pain to him. But even though he was jumping and walking deep into the waters of the Ganga, his body could not be drowned. 3/4 of the river he has crossed across. He is about to reach the other shore. He was amazed. What is this? What is this? He began to wonder. He became too humble. He became so humble, he felt, what is his realization? It is incomplete. He was in utter state of humility. Then he got the vision of the Divine Mother. Look here. And Totapuri finally shed tears of joy, and his realization became complete, and he got absolute freedom. So we should accept that. Whatever yoga you may practice, if you have to have the good result of what yoga you are practicing, without doubt you must propitiate the Divine Mother. That's the gist of the teaching of Sri Ramakrishna. Again and again, whole gospel is full of mother and mother. See, every page, you can't miss that word. It is there. And Sri Ramakrishna was Parabrahman himself, and he himself said that the Divine Mother only dwells in him. That is, he was the Parabrahman and the Divine Mother, two in one. Sri Ramakrishna represents Parabrahman, and also he represents Adya Shakti. So whoever worships Sri Ramakrishna is worshipping Parabrahman himself, and he is also propitiating Sri Ramakrishna himself, the Divine Mother herself. By worshipping Sri Ramakrishna, propitiating Sri Ramakrishna, you are propitiating the Divine Mother herself. That's the point you should learn. It's only when you accept this reality, you will be practicing Vedanta. Otherwise, your Vedanta is only a shallow Vedanta, talk only. If you want to practice it in seriousness, you have to come to Sri Ramakrishna. What is the meaning of coming to Sri Ramakrishna? Meaning is you have to become totally free from the dangerous ego, the stumbling block in your spiritual practice. And the sages of the Upanishads know this great fact of human depth psychology. They said that the self-created Lord has made the mind and senses with a tendency to go out and not inward, in order the game of the creation goes on. Sri Ramakrishna has said that it is as if the Divine Mother said to the human mind in confidence, with a sign from her eye, go and enjoy the world. Recently I had been to a devotee's home in Ann Arbor. There's a beautiful child the couple have. I saw literally the mother throwing the toys and telling the child, go, play. How it is true. Same thing Divine Mother is doing. The Divine Mother has pushed us into this world. Go and enjoy. Enjoy. When she says, go and enjoy, she always knows that we are children, we are babies, and she's their mother. If you accept that fact, then the mother herself will come to you and take you up in her arms. In that case, how can you blame the mind? Sri Ramakrishna says in the Gospel, the mind can disentangle itself from worldliness if through her grace the Divine Mother makes it turn towards herself. That which entangles the mind in worldliness is called avidya maya, maya of ignorance. And that which helps in disentanglement as vidya maya, maya of knowledge. So Sri Ramakrishna has clearly demarcated what is ignorance and what is knowledge. Both are in the realm of the Maya, the MayaShakti, the Divine Mother. Both have different functions. The Maya of ignorance deludes, while the Maya of knowledge begets devotion, kindness, wisdom and love, which lead one to God. So, if you have decided to come towards God, if you have decided to unfold your spiritual potentialities, you must discard avidya maya, maya of ignorance, and you must hold on to the vidya maya, the maya of knowledge. The roots of the Maya of ignorance are well protected inside the deep layers of egoism. They are stocked, as it were, inside the egoism. Maya is nothing but the egoism of the embodied soul. This egoism, you may call, it's called in Sanskrit ahankar. It has covered everything like a veil. The ego veil is a part of the vast, inscrutable cosmic veil of ignorance and delusion woven and spread by the mother before man's credulous eyes. If the deluding avidya Maya of ignorance, were only confined to the external world, one could have got away from it by retiring into a mountain cave and closing its mouth with a boulder. But the mother is surely cleverer than her creatures. She has so deftly managed it all that even the man who shuts himself up in a mountain cave takes with him his ego-mind complex, which is like a built-in cosmos, and so he is still the helpless fluttering fly in her web of delusion. We are all under the web of Maya of ignorance. Even when a person thinks, I am meditating, so I am free from Maya, he is still under mother's control. Because the sense of egoism is very much present in him who thinks like that. Sri Ramakrishna says in the Gospel, you may feel 1,000 times that it is all magic, but you are still under the control of the Divine Mother. You can't escape her. You are not free. You must do what she makes you do. Man attains Brahmajnan, the knowledge of Brahman, only when it is given to him by the Adya Shakti, the Divine Mother. Then alone does he see the whole thing as magic, otherwise not. As long as the slightest trace of ego remains, as I said earlier, one lives within the jurisdiction of the Adya Shakti. One is under her sway. One cannot go beyond her. Even the gods are not free from the besetting influence of the ego. What to speak of ordinary human mortals? Gods means, I am referring to the ordinary gods. Those who have got just like human body, you may get the body of the God if you have got sufficient merit. If you have done lots of meritorious actions in this life, on account of the accumulated merits, you are given the chance of becoming a God. And then you go to heaven and enjoy the life. After the merit is exhausted, you are dropping back again on this earth to continue your life again. It's only transitory. Just you go for a short while and come back. Just as people go to Arizona for some change of climate and so on. So here it is made clear to us that even the gods are not free from the influence of the ego. What to speak of the ordinary beings like us? One of the famous Upanishads called Kenopanishad. If you have not read, please read it. It's very interesting. It runs, the dialogue is so nice, the story is so good, the teaching is very uplifting. In the Kenopanishad, it is stated that Indra, the leader of the gods, and his colleagues thought that they have rooted out the demons and they have got the victory. There was a battle between gods and demons. The demons were destroyed. The gods were very joyful and they were feeling proud. Oh, we got this victory. How we have fought these demons and drove them out. Like that, they began to boast of their power. It was not so. That means when they had that feeling, it was unbecoming of the gods to have that kind of feeling when they are living in that state, because it only showed they were feeling intensely egotistic. It was to disabuse them of this notion that Brahman appeared before them in that inscrutable, adorable form. It was proved to them that by themselves they were powerless even to blow or burn a piece of straw. Come on, there is a piece of straw there. The gods were all standing. Anybody who has got that power, let him come and burn this straw. Then Indra, the leader of the gods, sent Agni, the fire god. Fire can burn anything. And fire, he was boasting, I can burn anything. Go, burn it. He could not do. He went back ashamed. Then the wind god came, I can blow anything. I can go fast in 1,000 miles per hour. I can blow it up. What is this straw for me? He could not do. He had to go back in shame. So like that, they could not do. Even the blade of grass, they could not lift. So, Indra, the proudest of them all, got the worst snubbing. At his approach, Brahman withdrew its form and vanished. Once the ego was crushed, Indra became humble, became devoted, became introspective. Then the mother appeared and revealed the truth of Brahman. That Indra did not get the knowledge of Brahman independently, but only through the Divine Mother Uma. This fact is stressed by the Upanishads and underscored by Shankara. God's incarnation in a human body is to bestow on men and women the vision of God and thereby bring about the spiritual regeneration of humanity. And incarnation's every action, even the most insignificant, is motivated to that end. But God can accomplish His divine mission on earth only through the agency of Shakti or His power. He cannot operate without the Divine Mother, the operating power. Shankaracharya says in his comments on the Bhagavad Gita verse that Brahman proceeds to act for the benefit of devotees only through its power. By implication, it means that the incarnation of God is actually the embodiment of the Divine Mother. Sri Ramakrishna tells in the Gospel, the greatest manifestation of his power is through an incarnation. It is Shakti, the power of God that is born as an incarnation. It is Shakti alone that becomes flesh as God incarnate. According to one school of thought, Rama and Krishna are but two waves in the ocean of absolute bliss and consciousness. Sri Ramakrishna said this in the Gospel. Swami Vivekananda said to a group of Western disciples, it is recorded in the Complete Works, volume number 7. He says, a bit of mother, a drop was Krishna, another was Buddha, another was Christ. Worship her if you want love and wisdom. Vivekananda is telling that. If then the incarnation of God is the Guru par excellence, it is the Divine Mother herself who teaches and enlightens human beings. To regard God as Mother, according to Sri Ramakrishna, is a last word in spiritual. It is the smoothest and surest way of realizing God. First, God as Mother is more loving towards the devotee than God as Father. Because the human relationship is being adopted in our spiritual pursuit. Yes, those who approached God as Mother and realized Him have said so. Surely, as the Mother, God can afford to be indulgent and extravagant towards His children. Second, with a child's attitude, the devotee feels closer to Mother God. All formalities will be swept away in the gushing waters of the child's love for its Divine Mother. From the worshipper's point of view, the child's attitude proves to be the best ego killer. The roots of the Maya of ignorance, we noted, lie in one's egotism. The toughest bondage and deepest delusion are created by the Maya or ignorance. It is common knowledge that a child has practically no egoism. What little of it is there is too feeble to create any bondage. Even that ego is centered around its father and mother. Almost effortlessly, the worshipper with the child's attitude overcomes the greatest obstacle to God vision, the mother's avidya maya. Besides the filial attitude, must be cultivated an intense longing for seeing the mother. Like a dutiful nurse, nature, in the employ of avidya maya, will try to pacify the eager aspirant by offering red toys. Children are fond of toys, you know. What are the red toys here? In this case, the red toys may be wealth, name and fame, enjoyments, or psychic powers. All this. If the longing for seeing the mother is genuine, the child will throw away the toys and cry for her. The mother can recognize the real cry of her baby, the cry of hunger, and she comes instantly and takes it in her arms. Genuine restlessness and longing for the mother often find their expression and nourishment in the pitiful prayers of the devotee. If we know How some of those children of the mother who succeeded in reaching her prayed, we may get some clues to make our prayers effective. Prayer. In Taittiriya Aranyaka, which is a section of the Vedas, one of the Vedic sages, he prays to Durga, the Divine Mother. He says, "O Mother, I take refuge in you. You are fiery in luster and radiant in ardency, who is a power belonging to the Supreme, who manifests himself manifoldly, who is a power residing in actions and their fruits rendering them efficacious. O Goddess, skilled in saving, take us across difficulties excellently well. We bow down to you." There is another stotra, Devi Aparadha Kshamapana Stotra, composed by Acharya Shankaracharya, Acharya Shankar. He says, he prays, "O Mother, in this world, in the midst of your numerous worthy sons, I happen to be a rare specimen of wantonness. Yet, O beneficent Mother, it is not for you to have abandoned me, your child. For bad son may sometimes be born, but never has there been a bad mother." In the Gospel, Sri Ramakrishna says, "O Mother, I throw myself on your mercy. I take shelter at your hallowed feet. I don't want bodily comforts. I don't crave name and fame. I don't seek the 8 occult powers. O Mother, be gracious and grant that I may have pure love for you, a love unsmitten by desire, untainted by any selfish ends, a love craved by the devotees for the sake of love alone. And grant me the favor, O Mother, that I may not be deluded by your world bewitching Maya, that I may never be attached to the world, to lust and gold, conjured up by your inscrutable Maya. O Mother, there is no one but you whom I may call my own. I don't know how to worship you. I am without austerity. I have neither devotion nor knowledge. Be gracious, O Mother, and out of your infinite mercy grant me love for your lotus feet." Sri Ramakrishna has prayed like this in the Gospel. He has taught us the art of prayer. The prayer must be followed by intense feeling. It should be followed by genuine love and devotion. Then you will definitely have the impact of the prayer. In Devi Mahatmyam, the sage says, when the Divine Mother is propitious, what will happen? She becomes a boon giver to human beings for their final liberation. Saisha prasanna varadandrinam bhavati muktaye. Lord Shankara, Shiva, the Divine Mother, is the Queen of the Supreme Brahman. Lord Shankara says that. There's a hymn called Ananda Lahari. In that hymn, Lord Shiva tells, the Divine Mother is the Queen of the Supreme Brahman. She is the seed of liberation for the good. Satam mukter bijam tvamasi parama brahma mahishi. In another hymn, Lord Shankara says, she is the one who breaks and throws open the door to liberation. Mokshadvara kapata patanakara. She is the lighter of the lamp of supreme wisdom. Vijnana Deepankuri. There is a remarkable vision that Sri Ramakrishna had at Varanasi. He was cruising down the Ganga, the holy river. He came to the famous crematorium. It's called Manikarnika Ghat. There are so many ghats are there, places. Each place has got a specific name with specific anecdote connected to it. This particular place is called Manikarnika Ghat. It's a crematorium. No sooner did Sri Ramakrishna look at the burning funeral pyres, he went into samadhi. Then he described the vision. What did he see? When he came near that crematorium, he says, I saw a tall white person with tawny matted hair, walking with solemn steps to each pyre in the burning ghat, raising carefully every embodied being and imparting into his ear the mantra of Supreme Brahman. While sitting on the pyre on the other side of the embodied being, the all-powerful universal mother, Mahakali, the great Kali, the Divine Mother, untying all knots of bondage, gross, subtle and causal of the embodied being, produced by past impressions, and sending him to the indivisible sphere by opening with her own hands the door to liberation. This has been described in the great master. Both the Lord of the universe, Shankara, the Queen of the universe, the Divine Mother, both of them are working in liberating the embodied being. The Lord gives the saving mantra. But who unties the knots of past impressions, ego and ignorance? Who does it? That job is assigned to Divine Mother. It is she who does it. Because the complex knots, KNOTS knots, they are her fabrications, and maybe they are bewildering even to the all-knowing Lord Shankara himself. Who does the opening of the doors to the liberation? It is the Divine Mother. It is the Divine Mother, because she has the keys of the kingdom of God. So, that's the conclusion. In order to uproot the ego, you must bow down, touch the lotus feet of the Divine Mother with your head. Let the ego be sacrificed there. Then you will have freedom in the real sense of the term. Then you will be peaceful and blissful. That concludes my topic, which was continued from last class. Page 580. Once Mahendra Kaviraj of Sinti gave 5 rupees that I have read. Do you know how it looks for a sannyasi to accept money or to be to accept an untouchable as a paramar? People all around stunned. There is a low-caste woman named Bhagi, Teli in our part of the country. I think that also I have read. You are leading householders' lives. It is necessary for you to live in the company of holy men. First of all, the company of holy men. Then Shraddha, faith in God. How can people have reverence and faith in God if the holy men do not sing His name and glories? People respect Him if they know that in His family there have been royal ministers for 3 generations. To Master Mahashaya, Sri Ramakrishna said, even if one has attained knowledge, one must still constantly practice God consciousness. Nangta used to say, what's the use of polishing the outside of a metal pot one day only? If you don't polish it regularly, it will get tarnished again. I shall have to go to your house sometime. If I know your house, I can meet other devotees there. Please go to see Ishan sometime. To Manilal, Ramakrishna said, Keshav Sen's mother came here the other day. The young boys of her family sang the name of Hari. She went around them clapping her hands. I noticed she was not very much stricken with grief over Keshav's death. She observed the fast of Ekadashi here and counted her beads. I was pleased to see her devotion to God. Manilal, a devotee, said, Ramkamal Sen, Keshav Babu's grandfather, was a devotee of God. He used to sit in a Tulsi grove and repeat God's holy name. Pyari Mohan, Keshav's father, was also a Vaishnava devotee. Master said, the son could not have been so devoted to God if the father had not been like that. Look at Vijay. His father would become unconscious of the world in divine ecstasy while reading the Bhagavad. Vijay can hardly control his emotion. While uttering Hari's name, he sometimes stands up from his seat. The forms of God that Vijay sees nowadays are all real. Speaking about the different aspects of God, formless and with form, Vijay said that God sometimes appears with attributes and sometimes without attributes. He gave the example of the chameleon, which sometimes turns red, sometimes blue, sometimes green, and sometimes remains colorless. Vijay is really guileless. One cannot realize God without being guileless and liberal-minded. Yesterday Vijay was at other Sen house. He behaved as if it were his own place and those who lived there his own people. One cannot be guileless and liberal-minded unless one is free from worldliness. Then the Master sang, you will attain that priceless treasure when your mind is free from stain. He continued, you can't make a pot without first carefully preparing the clay. The pot will crack if the clay contains particles of sand or stone. That's why the potter first prepares the clay by removing the sand and stones. If a mirror is covered with dirt, it won't reflect one's face. A man cannot realize his true self unless his heart is pure. You will find guilelessness wherever God incarnates himself as man. Nanda Ghosh, Dasharatha, Vasudeva, all of them were guileless. The Vedanta says that a man does not even desire to know God unless he has a pure mind. One cannot be guileless and liberal-minded without much tapasya or unless it is one's last birth. Sri Ramakrishna was worrying like a child because he thought his legs were slightly swollen. Mahendra Kaviraj of Sinti entered the room and saluted the Master. Master said to the devotees, yesterday I said to the Naran, just press your leg and see if there is any dimple. He pressed it and there was one. He pressed it and there was one. Then I gave a sigh of relief. To Mukherjee, he said, will you please press your leg? Is there any dimple? Mukherjee said, "Yes, sir." Master said, "Ah, what a relief." We shall stop here. Any questions regarding the topic today? The point is this: the Supreme Brahman, which we are mentioning in all our philosophy, is neither male nor female. So, but when the creation starts, the gender comes. Male and female, otherwise the creation cannot function. So, once the manifestation comes into play, there is man, there is woman. But the action, the play done by man and woman in the creation is done by Brahman and its power. Brahman is the Supreme Purush and power is the Divine Mother. So when you come to the manifested world, you can't do away one and take the other. You have to accept both. Brahman and the Shakti, both are to be accepted, both are to be revered, both are to be adored. And the mother aspect is stressed more because it's easy from the point of view of human application. Because we are all familiar with the mother's love of the child and the child's love towards the mother. We are all familiar with that. So, applying the same thing towards God, you will be able to achieve the goal easily. And you will be able to appreciate how the grace of the Divine Mother is flowing on you so that you could get out of this bondage and realize the truth. So, both are to be accepted. If you have got little desire to enjoy, then mother throws you a toy. Go, enjoy it. Play a little while, then come. When she says that, again, she is saying through her grace, the child wants to play a little bit. Why should I obstruct her play? Let her play a little bit. When she cries, she will come to me. And I have seen the children crying, how when the child cries, it doesn't want anything else, it wants only mother. How true it is. So we must be like child. Not childish, but childlike. Be childlike, be humble, guileless, pure-hearted. That is the qualities of the child. If you acquire that by your effort, by your practice, by your holy company, etc., you will become very near to God. That's all. Yeah. That's because all the tendencies which you have acquired in all your births up to this time, they were all in potential form when you are a baby. When you grow, all those begin to sprout. So, when you become older and older, the samskaras also become wild. They show up in all colors. That's the point. What you have, they come out. What you don't have, they won't come. That's the point. Yeah, that's true. So it only shows that you must know a bit of it. There's no point in simply telling, I'm illiterate, I don't know how to write. Learn writing. That shows you to learn writing. Then you will know. Simply telling I'm illiterate doesn't give you knowledge. That only shows you have to put your effort, acquire the knowledge. In the same way, if you don't know who is God, who is Divine Mother, come in touch with the people who know them and come in touch with scriptures, authentic textbooks which deal with the subject matter. And so to sustain the life, philosophy is very important. Simply you can't sustain your life simply by running here and there. And as you run like that, as long as there is a strength in your blood, once that is gone, all your running stops. Then frustration. So, what I am doing? Running without any goal, without any purpose. What is this all nonsense going on around? Why I am in this pitiable state? That question should come more serious to you. Then you will understand. Why should I not probe? What is this? People talk so much about religion, so much about God. What is it actually? I want to know. Good, come, we will show you. Come to Vedanta. Read what is what. Know what is Brahman. First of all, you must hear, you must know what is all about. What is this creation? Who is the creator? Who is the divine? Who is the force that is carrying all these activities in this world? What is this game? First you must acquire the knowledge. Theoretical knowledge is first important. Then the teachings of the spiritual masters. So they have lived the life like us. They have passed through the difficulties like us. In fact, more difficulties than us. And how they have crossed all of them. How they remained peaceful and blissful. And how they have reached God. They have defined everything. And they have defined the religion, everything. What is religion? Religion is defined as a manifestation of the divinity already in you. And Swami Vivekananda tells about Vedanta, each soul, each being is potentially divine. That's all. Once you accept this, then the first step is taken in spiritual journey. If you don't become aware of that, that means the journey is not started for you. That's all. Yeah. I hope all the questions are over for the time being. Thank you. Chant the name of the Lord and His glory unceasingly, that the mirror of the heart may be wiped clean and quench that mighty forest fire, worldly lust, raging furiously within. Own name streamed down in moonlight on the lotus heart, opening its cup to knowledge of thyself. O self, drowned deep in the waves of His bliss, tasting His nectar at every step, bathing in His name, that bath for weary souls. Various are thy names, O Lord, in each and every name thy power resides. No times are set, no rites are needful for chanting of thy name. So vast is thy mercy, how huge then is my wretchedness, who find in this empty life and heart no devotion to thy name. O my mind, be humbler than a blade of grass, be patient, more bearing like a tree, take no honor to thyself, give honor to all, chant unceasingly the name of the Lord. O Lord and soul of the universe, mine is no prayer for wealth or retinue, the playthings of luster, the toys of fame. As many times as I may be reborn, grant me, O Lord, a steadfast love for Thee. A drowning man In this world's fearful ocean, he is thy servant, O sweet one. In thy mercy, consider him as dust beneath thy feet. Oh, how I long for the day when an instant separation from thee, O Lord, will be as 1,000 years, and my heart burns away with its desire, and the world without thee is a heartless void. Prostrate at thy feet let me be, in unwavering devotion, neither imploring the embrace of thine arms, nor bewailing the withdrawal of thy presence, though it tears my soul asunder. O thou who stillest the hearts of thy devotees, do with me what thou wilt, for thou art my heart's beloved, thou and thou alone. O Lord, lead us from the unreal to the real, lead us from darkness to light, and lead us from death to immortality. May all be free from dangers, may all realize what is good, may all be actuated by noble thoughts, may all rejoice everywhere. May all be happy, may all be free from disease, may all realize what is good, may none be subject to misery. May the wicked become virtuous, may the virtuous attain tranquility, may the tranquil be free from bonds, may the freed make others free. May good betide all people, may the sovereign righteously rule the earth, may all beings ever attain what is good. May the worlds be prosperous and happy. May the clouds pour rain in time. May the earth be blessed with crops. May all countries be freed from calamity. May holy men live without fear. May the Lord, the destroyer of sins, the presiding deity of all sacred works, be satisfied. For he being pleased, the whole universe becomes pleased. He being satisfied, the whole universe feels satisfied.